Hey all, I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving and got to spend time with your family and friends. So, we are talking about today. Lynn says they gave my mom Haldol when she was dying in hospice. It's not for pain, and yes, they give it to shut you up. So, I made a video before of about Haldol and that they gave it to me uh, when I was in the ER for my second seizure that I've ever had. Um, I wanted to share what happened with the first seizure I ever had. I It was like super early in the morning, like maybe 5:30, 6 a.m. And I fell asleep out in the living room watching TV, and I went from sleeping straight into the seizure. Again, never had one in my life. My boyfriend, I guess, heard me flailing around, like heard me hitting the floor and stuff. He came out, didn't know what was going on with me. I have no memory of it. And he called 911. When they came, they automatically assumed I was having an overdose and gave me 2 rounds of Narcan. And when I wasn't coming out of, now I know what it was, but when I wasn't coming out of the seizure, they realized, oh, there's something really wrong with her, and like got an IV in me, and I guess just took me off to the emergency room where I had an EEG, and they were able to see that I was having a seizure. You know, it's horrible the way patients are being treated at the hospitals. And I know this is all a symptom, like the professional Medicare people or medical people, they are like a symptom of a much bigger problem going on, which is bad policies that have been created and now they're being enforced by the DEA, the DOJ, and the state medical boards. And if they don't follow these, then either they will possibly go to prison and lose their DEA license, or they'll be harassed and it will be made so bad for them that they quit. If we want to make changes, what we need to do is we need to use our voices. We need to educate the public, legislators, anybody that we can. We need to create legislation, and we need to get civil suits together. Litigation. These three things, education, legislation, and litigation, are how we will make changes. And I know we all want to point the finger at our doctors because they are like directly who we see and how we're being treated. It's like very easy to do that, but nothing is going to come of being angry at them. And really what we need to do is welcome them in and try to work together, because we need every single one of us to fight this fight. I mean, it's so hard for this community because we are very sick already. We're disabled. We, have incurable, painful diseases. Most of us have more than one. And, we're just trying to survive. And now they're taking the one thing that actually kind of gives us some semblance of a life, of a quality of life, which is pain medications. And now these pain medications have been made out to be basically the devil. Like, everybody is going to become an addict taking these. There is less than 1% of the population that becomes addicted to these medications. Dr. Nora Volkow with NIH or NIDA, NIDA, sorry. If you want a stat, just Google that, and that's like NIH and NIDA saying this stuff. So it's not like I'm pulling this out of my butt and making this up. Less than 1% Yet, the opioid epidemic has been created. Why would they create that? Usually, it's money and power. And I know there's been a lot of money made from pharma having to pay out billions of dollars to the government. And you'd think, I mean, look, there obviously are patients that are addicts. And when I say patients, I'm talking about them being a patient because they have a disease. Addiction is a disease, and it's a hell of a disease. I mean, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. It's so misunderstood. But, like, that's another thing. We have to stop blaming the addiction community for this. Uh, if we want to make changes, we have to look at who is doing this. And again, it's the DOJ, DEA, and state medical boards. We need immediate oversight by the incoming politicians like Trump, RFK Jr., Pam, what's her last name? I forget, but the new AG. I mean, we need to get these people on our sides before the anti-opioid zealots like get in their ears, because that's what happened last term when President Trump was in. I believe. So when I have talked to senators, like all legislators, I mean, I've talked to hundreds of them over the years, and they do not know what is going on to patients and doctors at all, and they are shocked when they learn about it. Um, so I don't think Trump knew about it. I think his inner team had was anti-opioid. Probably Kolodny or prop members somehow got into their little ear and whispered all these bad things. But we have the ability to now change this. So, like, try to get a meeting with these people. And if you don't know how to speak or whatever, then reach out to an advocate and say, hey, I got this meeting. Could you help me? Do you want to be a part of it or something like that? But, like, we need to start doing this. And look, patients that are disabled and, like, don't have their medicines and, like, feel like they can't do anything, you absolutely can. Because when I started advocating, I was in bed, hardly had any medicine, and felt like I couldn't do anything. And then I met the online community, and then I realized as long as I had my phone and internet, I could do a heck of a lot. Our voices are so powerful, so use them. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for listening.